Welcome back to the channel. And well, last few days it's been blistering hot in the UK. In fact, this room feels like the sauna on the 890 jump. Now, I've also had a really stiff neck the last few days, and that wasn't really caused by this week's Inside Star Citizen, although I must say the people in QA are doing a really good job. Something which actually came out of that show, and it's something that other chap on YouTube, Salty Mike, who I enjoy watching, I think that's his name now, actually picked up on, is that one of the members of the QA said about the PTU live environment, as long as people could play it for a couple of hours of enjoyment, that's what the aim is at the moment. So I guess sometimes if people get frustrated that some of the bugs persist, that's really the aim at the moment, just to keep things rolling along. Now, not going to discuss really Inside Star Citizen at the moment because it's all been said, and hopefully there'll be a better episode this week, although I've got a feeling that they made a decision a little while ago with the change of format to go away from what people really enjoyed in the past, probably because it took too much time to produce and for the developers to actually take part in. Although I must say, I think one suggestion I would make is, and it would keep people happy, is take a camera round each of the studios from time to time, a bit like the older monthly and weekly reports they used to have, and just show the devs working. Maybe just a word from someone like Brian Chambers, Aaron Roberts, or one of his deputies. Doesn't have to show much, but I think that would go a long way in a sort of allaying people's concerns about some of the recent community content. Now, we know there are delays because the roadmap actually indicates that. Now, the roadmap delays are there, and that is obvious. There's always going to be delays. I don't anticipate many of the roadmap milestones to be made for the rest of the year. I think things will be pushed back, and recently there was a dinner for concierge members. Now, it was $275 a plate. I think it was held in Frankfurt in Germany, and we saw pictures posted on Reddit of the dinner. Probably see one up on the screen now. Now, as you can see, the event was well attended, and actually people flew in from around the world to attend the event. Now, on Reddit, obviously some of the attendees actually did post what Chris Roberts and Aaron Roberts actually told them during the event. Now, Chris Roberts said he's not overconfident that some of the features in 3.8 will slip, namely probably Microtech, probably because they're working on the server-side object container streaming. Certainly need that for Microtech to be implemented, I believe. Now, Chris Roberts himself is busy coding the physics refactor in the game, and evidently Aaron Roberts also said about hover mode being revamped as well, possibly for 3.7 according to the post here. So good to see the attendees post. Hopefully they'll actually probably sit down maybe in the next few weeks and consider actually doing a video explaining some of the delays for the rest of the community. And of course, while they're at that dinner, they're also being presented with a new concept ship. Now, this is the Aegis Nautilus, and it's a mine lane ship. Now, pretty sure this is a ship which is in Squadron 42. Obviously, there's no mine lane mechanic in the game at the moment. You don't need one. But obviously, there are people out there who are prepared to pay $675 for the Warbond edition of this ship. And it's there if you want to actually pledge for it. And I'm sure a lot of people have. Now, as it's a mine lane ship, it's also got the capability to actually sweep its own mines. And in fact, there's a sort of mini game on the RSI site where you can actually play a sort of a mine sweeper type game. I failed miserably, by the way. And obviously it can actually also deploy mines which have got turrets on. Pretty interesting that, although you're going to need a lot of mines to actually cordon off a section of space. If you think space is lots of dimensions, so just a simple string of mines, although they may be homing, isn't going to protect a base for long, because you can probably go around them somehow. But we don't know. We don't know how this gameplay feature is going to pan out. It's one for the future. Another new thing this week was, of course, the 890 jump hit PTU 3.6.2 for subscribers and concierge backers. Now, I am a concierge backer, so of course I eagerly went in and tried to make the long trip to Hurston or Lorville to actually spawn one of these luxury yachts. Unfortunately, getting there was a bit tedious, being interdicted by both the security forces for scan and pirates made the journey a little bit, well, long to say the least. No wonder I got a stiff neck. Now, once I did get there, I did run into a few performance issues, as everybody was spawning one of these things. So basically I had to give up, and then I realised you could spawn one in the free flight mode of Arena Commander, and I've noticed quite a few of the bigger YouTubers done that themselves for their look at the ship. Now, as for the ship, the 890 jump, well, it's your luxury passenger ship, and it's a type of ship Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk would probably own, probably a fleet of them. But it is luxurious, very well made indeed. Tremendous views from inside the ship, of the outside, so you can eat your dinner with views of the stars, or just gather in the mezzanine deck and chill out at your leisure. Now, apart from that, unless you just want to do large cargo runs with the ship, it's really got no really purpose in the game apart from just flying around and looking spectacular. And I may well try and do that myself if I can get to spawn one in the PU before it actually goes live, and subject to obviously performance issues. Maybe it's died off the clamour to get one by now. So yeah, a nice ship if you want one and can afford one. So I think that just about sums it up. A little bit of an update. We'll try and do something a little bit more cinematic with the 890 jump if possible, as I said earlier. But until next time, hopefully there'll be a more interesting Inside Star Citizen this week. But if not, well, I'll probably just watch Elon Musk try and launch his Starhopper instead, and that's really getting exciting at the moment. Real space development. So until next time, you take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.